Fishbowl inventory has a plethora of reports. Over here on the report screen, you'll see a huge list of all the reports that Fishbowl has. And the best way to find what you're looking for is to type in a keyword. I just want to review a few of the recent modifications we've made to some reports. We've made some modifications to the accounting export summary report. Notice here it says work order amounts reflect the total adjustments made, not the final cost of the work order. So it makes it a little bit difficult to reconcile this report with the transactions you see in QuickBooks. Let's look at another one. This is inventory valuation summary. This one we've edited recently to show groupings by account type. So Fishbowl has a couple different ways to look at WIP. You can either map a part to WIP or map a location to WIP. Let's say if you're using locations to track WIP, then you'll need to use a Fishbowl report to see a WIP summary. In your location screen, you'll see there are location types, and the manufacturing type makes a nice location for work in progress. Or let's take a look at some other reports we've modified. The manufacturer order projected costs. So we've made some modifications to that because we had a client who needed to know what their price was after the markup. This shows your cost, and we had a customer that needed to know what the price was. So if they were creating a custom work order, they could view this report, and we also modified it to view from the sales order screen. Forecast report, we've made some modifications to this because the forecast report shows black, 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 and red. The forecast report is something that enables you to see what your future quantity is going to be. I really like this report. I think it's underutilized, underused by a lot of companies. I introduce this report to just about everyone I work with in all the projects I work with. So notice it has the fulfillment date. That's something a lot of companies don't use, which you should. The sales order fulfillment date, the work order fulfillment date, the purchase order fulfillment date. Okay, so if you use those dates, you can forecast what your quantity levels are going to be. And if you've got something in the red, then you know you need to remedy that. So we've made some modifications to this to only show red. So basically what you want to do is get familiar with the reports that are in Fishbowl. Then if you need to make a tweak to the report, let us know. Let's look at another one, lot history. This is a popular one, especially with companies in the food industry. So we've integrated this lot history report to Excel spreadsheets. We can also integrate it to a Google spreadsheet if you'd like more people to see it. That's another thing we do is this on-hand report. Your customers, if you are, say, a 3PL, and you manage inventory for other companies, then your customers may want to know what their inventory is in stock, and you can actually put this in the cloud instead of purchasing a Fishbowl license for your customer. You can have purchase an integration from us to Google Sheets and post that on their Google account. Another popular report you'll want to look at is the activity report, the part activity report. This is really popular. I hear a lot of questions about this. This is probably the closest thing Fishbowl has to an audit trail. Notice it shows the user that performed the transaction, shows the part number that you can drill down and link to the part. It shows the location it came from, the location it went to, or it shows the order number that was in charge of that transaction. Notice here it says change quantity to location group on hand. So the quantity on the top is the quantity that changed, and notice it's either a positive or negative. and then the remaining quantity with the location group. That's what that LG stands for. Oh, the pick ticket and the pick report. We seem to make a lot of changes to quite frequently for different companies that need something more specific. We've created stage reports, for instance, or another company called it a tempering report. For those of you who are in the food industry and you work with frozen goods, you may need to first thaw out the frozen goods before they're finally picked into the work order category. So you'll notice that this is a good start, and then a lot of companies may need, say, a line for a signature. So just about every project we do, we're modifying a report in some way. On hand by date. So this is a popular one for those who are looking to reconcile a historical QuickBooks date with historical quantities in Fishbowl. And notice this one isn't a perfect reconciliation for that because it uses today's costs at historical quantities. But Fishbowl has come out with a historical part cost report. As long as you have the inventory setting turned on to allow scheduled part cost history snapshot. So if you have this turned on, then this historical part cost report will be a good useful tool for your accountants to reconcile QuickBooks with Fishbowl. Now, of course, we're always making changes to labels. There's even a custom one right there that we've made changes to. Part label, tracking labels, there's all kinds of labels. Receiving label, we make changes to the receiving label quite frequently. Yep, we're always making changes to the purchase order and the sales order. Hopefully you can find something close to what you need. If not, let us know. Perhaps it's hiding somewhere. Use the keyword search. And then, if what you have isn't working, let us know, and we can come in here using iReports, or Fishbowl's come out with a great new BI report, which is much more graphical. That takes us to the next level. We can do a lot with that. Some people just need a simple SQL query, just a simple query. Whether you need help finding the report you're looking for, modifying the report, creating a new report from scratch, integrating your report with Excel or with Google Docs or even your website, let us know. I want to introduce you to Kendra Tate. She's been with us for 3 to 4 years and does everything from BI reports, iReports, custom labels, integrations with Excel, and even integrations with shopping carts. So Kendra's our custom report writer. So anything you need, she can help you with as far as reports go. Querying the database, SQL, C#, Java, anything you need there. She's been a developer for 20 years, so she can take good care of you.